Good morning, everybody. I'm at the house, where I park when I'm home, and got a delivery to make in Fontana this morning at 4 a.m. Customer name is Vistar, Vistar. Customer is located just a little bit southeast of the intersection of
a new message has arrived.
Was it Citrus and Santa Ana, or in between Sierra and Citrus, off of Oleander Street, and that's where we'll be going. From what I saw, they start receiving at 4 a.m., which is also what time my appointment is. And come on.
You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
Let's get rolling here. Alright, so anyway, check in at 4, and from what I can tell, you gotta park on the street and call in, because someone did put there's nobody coming here. I'll make a wide turn here. A little bit easier than going down to the end of the street. Okay, so anyway, like I said, it's first time going to this particular customer for me. Oh crap, forgot to bring the jackfruit, but hopefully he's coming this direction. I have one of my, I'll say, co-worker, friends, whatever. He likes jackfruit a lot, and usually those are usually kind of hard to find outside of California, I believe. And when we were at the grocery store yesterday, they had a bunch, and they had some of them, so I asked him if he wanted one. And he said, yeah, because he's actually in Ontario right now, and he said he picks up this morning, and I can't remember where he said he's going. Anyway, I'm gonna make a stop at the Pilot, top off my reefer tank. That way it's ready to go, and all I have to do is get a wash out, and then it's ready for reuse once I'm empty. Don't know yet if I'll be dropping this trailer in the drop yard after I'm done, or if I can keep it with me, since my home time. I have home time planned for this weekend, or this week, basically for a couple of days. Normally I don't even put in for home time, obviously, because I'm home enough anyway. But usually if I ask for a time off, it's probably because I have something specific going on, like an appointment of some sort. Which is indeed the case this time. We're gonna take like family pictures on the 2nd, I believe. Then April 1st is my daughter's birthday. So that's something else. got some more things developing here on the Squally. Right on the other side of the, not this apartment complex, but the next one up. Got a gas station and car wash, I guess, going up. And then there's yet another gas station going up there right at the corner of Mariposa and the Squally, right in between Mariposa and the northbound off-ramp from 15. Not to mention this housing development here, which they're gonna sell for the low 300s and higher. Tell you what, the housing market is hot right now. Don't do it. The guy stopped and turned around to look, and suicide by truck is a thing. So and not to mention, the guy looked like he probably could have been on drugs or something. The way he was walking around and shirtless at this hour, 46-degree weather and stuff. Probably intoxicated on something. 46 degrees is not exactly warm here. Might be warm for some of you, for other people. Like Lisa, Tom, or any northerners here in America, but for us, 46 degrees is kind of chilly. You might have noticed when I started the video, I'm wearing the hoodie. Turn northbound on Amargosa here and then get on the southbound off-ramp. Okay, now this customer, from what I gather, they do charge a lumper fee. Sounds like it's kind of on the expensive side too. Well, possibly. I've seen a different range of how long it takes though. Some people say they're out in an hour and a half to 2 hours, and others said they were there for several hours before they got out. I'm supposed to have a dental appointment this morning at 11. So hopefully it doesn't take too long. I'll need to get I need to get back up here on time for that. Usually open at like 10 and then they're open till 9 on the weekdays. Yeah, that's something that reminds me. Remember when my trip was at the shop and I was staying at the hotel there in Tulsa. Places there were. You gonna slide over? Be a dick. You got another lane you can move over to, you fucking piece of shit. Honda didn't want to move over. I'm like, no, piss off. You got a lane over there you can very easily move into and let me do what I got to do and not be a problem for each other. But they didn't seem to want to move over for anything. Taste it here, take it home. Yeah, they're right over here off of 395, just not very far north of the pilot, actually. Never bothered to go in that place. Wouldn't mind, I don't know, I probably should check them out sometime. I don't know what kind of selection of drinks they have there. Question got asked in our company Facebook group yesterday by somebody. He wanted to know if our leases actually have interest. And alright, so I got two things on that. One, why is the individual asking the question not reading their contract? And why were they not paying attention in orientation when they got briefed, I'm pretty certain of, on the fact that yes, it does accrue about 10% per year interest and it compounds weekly. Basically, by compounding weekly, there's a formula you have to use to figure out what the weekly multiplier is, in a way. So I explained to them. Now, basically take the interest rate in decimal form. So if it's 10%, then it's 1.10 basically is the number you work with, and then multiply it, or actually raise it to the power of 1 over n, where n is the number of compounding periods. So if it accrues interest on a weekly basis and it's 10% per year, then it's 1 over 52. Ultimately, what ends up happening, you get a weekly multiplier of about 1.001835 times. So in other words, whatever your outstanding balance is, this guy's staying far enough back. Whatever your outstanding balance is, multiply it by 1.001835-ish. It's actually 1.001834 and some change, whatever, but it's in the right ballpark there. And apply that first each week, and then after you've done that, then take on, subtract your truck payment from it to get your new balance after you've paid the truck payment. And here it's a $120 fixed truck payment, and then there's a variable that's based on how many miles you run and what model year your truck is. So my truck being an older one, 2016 model, I paid 22 cents a mile for. And guys in the 2020 Kenworth T680s will be paying, I believe, 25 cents a mile. And the guys in the 2021 Freightliners are going to take a wild guess, 26 a mile. I don't know for sure, but it's somewhere in I think that's about what it is. Now with my truck, there you go. truck, it's now if you run a 3,000 mile week times 22, that's $660. So $660 truck payment plus the $120 fix that you always pay, or about $780. So I can subtract that from that, and then the next week, that's what my interest compounds off of. I didn't want to get too much in the weeds in that discussion about how to calculate the multiplier, because it didn't really matter. Probably nobody's really going to do much with the multiplier anyway. But I explained it more or less. Come on. Probably should have just used 5th gear instead of 4th. Oh well. Good. But my tandems to clear that curb over there and then get over. Again, just here to get reefer fuel, and then I don't know, might get me a drink on the inside for briefly, and then make our way down. Customer doesn't open till 4 a.m. and it usually takes me about an hour-ish to get down in that area, so should be fine. Fuel. Oh. My Pilot Flying J app updated again. I can see that the icon looks different, so hopefully it doesn't give me too much crap trying to get logged in. I mean to get, get logged in so I can set up my fuel purchase. Oh, looks like no problem at all. Activate April. Reefer only, $3.95 a gallon. We made an error occurred. Why was the transaction declined? Never even got a chance to put my trunk number and trip number yet. It's hanging up on me, so I'll just go try it outside. Okay, I'll slide forward, run in and get my drink. And get out of here. Hang tight. that guy's just hanging out or bullshitting or what. He's not inside his truck waiting on me. I think he's just killing time or something. Now he's getting her to do his transaction. He's probably got a reefer unit, wants to make sure he can get both his tractor and reefer fuel. Yeah, that's what he does, have a reefer unit. Probably not planning on getting very much tractor fuel, and was concerned about starting his transaction until after I leave, because his the reefer part of his transaction might time out on him if I were going to take too long to get back to my truck and move it. Yeah, one of the tactics, something we sometimes do. Come on, Crust, what are you doing? Do a proper button hook. Go further down before you start your turn there, Crust. Do proper button hooks when you make your turns. Can't believe that guy's having difficulty making this turn. It's because he's trying to start his turn too early. I get the impression he's probably new. A lot of CRST drivers are brand new drivers anyway. I mean, I'm not going to call all of them that. There are experienced drivers with any company, so it's best to not make assumptions. Although some carriers like CRST, CR England, and whatnot, usually a pretty safe bet. If they're at least if they're an OTR truck, they're probably a new driver. Not always the case though. Charles Wright, you guys who regularly watch my channel are familiar with him. He's involved in my live streams a lot. He just recently left CR England after 24 years. So, I mean, and then not to mention the guy who trained me. He had 19 years driving experience when I first started. Basically, he has the same amount of experience as Charles does. 24 years now, because I've had my license for 5 years. Now, my trainer wasn't with CR England all that long. Yeah, I think he did a couple of stints with them as a trainer, and that was it. Aside from that, yeah, all of his experience was elsewhere. But it was just yet another case where don't make assumptions about the drivers from certain carriers unless you see certain ways that they do things, like that guy there seeming to be confused about what to do and then not doing a proper button hook turn into the lot. I could tell when he made his, I was watching him through my mirror, because there was another truck coming out of the lot behind me, and CRST looked like he was hesitant to try to make his right turn toward the fuel island. Yeah, because he thought he was going to need to do a J-hook turn to clear that curb. And well, you guys saw I cleared the curb just fine. I just had to, start the turn later, like I do a proper button hook turn through there. Otherwise, I didn't have any problem at all making it through there without running over the curb. And I didn't need the space belonging to the truck that was coming the other way. I think there was, I can't remember, was there a truck coming the other way when I got in there? Yeah, I want to say there was one. So I think I even remember staying a little bit closer to the curb than I normally would, just to make sure there was space for him to come out as well. And I still cleared the curb. Alright, so also scouting out this shipper, this receiver. Past the power lines there. That's what causes that is power lines. When I go underneath them, it tends to cause interference. Anyway, the receiver looks like it's a nice looking facility from what I can tell, and there should be plenty of room to dock in. Haven't decided yet if I want to take the Sierra Avenue exit and go down, or if I want to get off at Duncan Canyon. I don't recall if Duncan Canyon is the truck route, so because if I get off at Duncan Canyon, I basically go east on Duncan Canyon and then make that right curve right there, and that would put me on southbound Citrus Avenue. A shorter trip in terms of time on miles off the freeway. If I take Duncan Canyon, I don't recall if it's truck legal though. And I know for sure Sierra Avenue all the way down to the 10 is a truck route, so I may go ahead and take Sierra all the way down. Not to mention it's in between Sierra and Citrus. Those are the two exits off I-10, basically. Alright, got a light load, 12,000 pounds, so it's going to be easy for me to get down this grade here. Yeah, 8th gear should be fine. I'm in 9th right now anyway. Since I'm at the speed I'm at here, I can do 8th gear. I'll go ahead and use it, that way I have it available. The lower the gear, the better, the more effective the Jake brakes will be. Chirping there's my Qualcomm telling me about the brake check area first, and then warning me here about the steep grade. Or more specifically, the drive-wise system warning me about the steep grade. Like, duh. Yeah, I've only been down this grade countless times, and even more so with in my personal vehicle, and gone down this grade so many times there's no way I'd ever be able to count. Old Dominion. Yeah, a lot of those guys will end up, so they have a terminal in Bloomington, right off of Riverside Avenue. And I think a lot of those guys, what they'll do is they'll either, I think they'll go up to like Las Vegas or somewhere. Yeah, I think they go up to Vegas and swap with somebody coming down from somewhere else. Or they'll go up 395 and they'll swap over in, I always get the two mixed up. Lone Pine and somewhere up in that area. I think it's Lone Pine. We're about halfway between here and Reno. It's before you get to Bishop. Now they swap trailers with guys who come down from Reno. For almost 3 a.m. I was actually expecting the traffic to be a little heavier than it is. There's a lot of times people start commuting to work around this time. I wasn't expecting stop and go conditions by any stretch at this hour, but it's nice to see that it's not too many. It's not too busy here. FedEx just not even giving a damn. Yeah, who cares about that 45 limit? Who cares that there might be a chippy hanging out down here? Meanwhile, I've got this other truck behind me. He gained on me and then decides he's going to stay behind me instead of past me. Until I get past the way station, it's a 45 zone, and I don't plan to go any more than the speed I'm already going. I may have to do some hiking while I'm home if, of course, let's see, I think, no, my wife doesn't start spring break until next week, but, so if we were to go hiking, it'd have to be shorter duration. That's something we like to do, and I don't know how much she can handle right now with her medical stuff, so I don't know if she can do hike the distances that we used to. But even just anything, get out, get some fresh air, enjoy the scenery, maybe even see a mountain lion or something, or a coyote. I haven't yet seen a mountain lion in person yet. That doesn't bother me. Most of the time those things will stay away from humans, but you might suddenly come a surprise one or something, or maybe get one that's not been accustomed to being around people yet. And yeah, maybe it was maybe it's a cub or something, or what do they call them? Way station is closed. Why, but it always gets slow over here after this curve up here past Cleghorn Road. I suspect it has something to do with trucks parking over in that dirt lot and trying to get back on the road and causing the delays there, but I'm not really sure. But even right now, I was just looking over there, and it looked like it was a little bit slow over there, even though there's no traffic to deal with. But every morning when the traffic gets a little bit heavy, you can pretty much bet on it being bottlenecked down here, basically a little bit past Cleghorn, and also some more bottleneck further down. the southbound side always boggles my mind how it even gets that way when there aren't any lane endings. In fact, you get more lanes down at the bottom before the 215 and 15 split, or what we call DeVore Junction. Alright, got just shy of 3 a.m. now, 2:56 local time. Yachi Brothers with the roll-up door. Interesting. Alright, so also I was looking at Google reviews on this customer. Someone did post a picture of a sign they have by their driveway, I guess, that says deliveries and will calls and stuff, call such and such number. I did cross-check the number that was on the picture against what's on my load assignment. It is the same number, so I won't have to worry about driving up or walking up to the thing to find it, to figure out what number to call. It's just, and I probably won't be able to check in until 4. It's just a matter of calling them up and then, hey, I'm here. Something else JCT just started doing, they added on an extra 5 cents per mile on our overall pay. They're calling it a retention bonus. Basically what it is, it doesn't sound like there's any eligibility thing. It's just you get paid 5 cents a mile for every mile you run during the quarter. And instead of paying on a weekly basis like our regular rate or the market premium rate, this one will pay every quarter, or once a quarter. The second settlement after the end of each quarter, so basically second week of July will be the first one. It's just, we're starting it not the quarter that's ending today, but the quarter that starts tomorrow. That's when it's effective. What happens is if you run the 30,000 mile quarter, then you get a $1,500 bonus on the second settlement of July. How about I stay here for now until I get around Prime? I will need over, but I want to get around Prime first. That's a nice extra. It's basically at least a good $6,000 per year increase in driver pay. guess they're doing it that way also because some drivers kind of need that extra, like, occasional oomph in their pay. Yeah, because a lot of people don't budget very well. Probably one of the biggest problems we have with driver retention here is drivers not knowing how to manage a budget and not knowing how to live within their means, or plan on things that could happen a week or two or even more ahead. Not having money for a rainy day, whatever. They're always living on a shoestring budget. That kind of driver, and or the driver who's basically supporting a family, is the only income earner in the family. Those are the two that I'd say are the most likely to have difficulty with the lease contract. If you're a single driver or you have a family but perhaps your spouse works also, and also if you know how to manage a budget very well, then you're probably a type of driver who's more apt to do okay with a lease contract. So I usually hear people say stay the hell away from lease contracts. Now they're, generally speaking, a lot of lease contracts are not so good. A lot of them you're going to have like $700-800 a week or so truck payment to make, regardless of how many miles you run. So you're going to have very large negative settlements if you take time off and don't run miles. But if you're constantly running, then when you're running a lot of miles, then you'll get possibly larger take-home paychecks with a different carrier than you will with us. However, you also got to look at how the contract is set up. If you want to buy the truck, more often than not, the other carriers, if you do a lease with them, there's usually a balloon payment of thousands of dollars, actually tens of thousands. Now I've heard $25,000 balloon payment. I've even heard of $40,000 or so. So it's up there. All right, Glen Helen Parkway coming up here. Sierra Avenue is the very next exit after this. You're gonna either use Sierra or Duncan Canyon. I say I'm gonna use Sierra. Okay, anyway. Most of those contracts you have a balloon payment to make, which basically either save up the money before you get to that day, so you can pay the balloon payment and buy the truck at the end of the lease, or you have to get a loan for that balloon payment amount, whatever, from elsewhere. Or they might, may or may not allow you to borrow that $25,000 against from them and make payments until and then they'll transfer the title once it's paid off. Whereas here with us, it's set up, or it's only $1 buyout. It only costs you $1 to buy the truck from the transfer the title. And a lot of people always say, you'll never pay off the truck. No, we got quite a few people who have paid off trucks. And actually, when I was just picking up on my live stream last week, picking up that Colton to Paul's Valley load, one of my friends, his name's Octavio, he was there picking up at the same time as me, and he has a paid off truck. So, and I know a number of other people with paid off trucks too. So, don't ever come here with that attitude. You'll never pay off the truck. There are a lot of people who talk shit. They're talking about general. The same kind of ignorance that causes racism. You get some dumb white person talking trash about black people, for example. A lot of times it's, all the black people I know are this or that type of personality or background, or they all, I don't want to bring up all these damn stereotypes. It's not right. Yeah, and that's what I'm getting at there. I was like, just because the people you have experience with, or the carriers you have, you know anything about, do things a certain way, and that maybe you've had a personal experience doing a lease contract before, and maybe it was a bad experience, and that's all you know is what the one kind you were in. But every carrier's lease contract is different. Alright, corner of Sierra and Riverside right now. This is the same Riverside Avenue that'll take you down to the Walmart DC in Colton. But don't try to take a truck down there. You can take a truck here on Riverside Avenue, but only so far before it becomes a not truck legal route. Basically in between the 210 and 10 freeways, if I remember right. Or is it down there past Foothill or something? I can't remember. It's not truck legal at a certain point, and you have to take other roads down. I'm not on Citrus Avenue enough to remember if I can use that road all the way down in the truck. So that's why I'm opting to go this way instead, because I know I can take Sierra all the way down if I want to. Or I could even take Sierra down to 210. 210 west over to what is it, Beach? Can't remember if Citrus has an exit off 210. I want to say it's like Beach, but it might be sometimes I get Citrus and Cherry mixed up, and one of those I think it's only the HOV lane that exits on the Beach, which is right by whichever one of those two are, I forget, or it turns into one of those, I forget. I have a habit of mixing those two streets up. Cherry Avenue is the one that goes right by Auto Club Speedway, the NASCAR track. Citrus is a little bit further east, but I sometimes can mix them up. Warehouses here. It's like yet another new housing development going up right here across the on the right side. I have to go on, probably even go on the Waze and do some edits there once they open that street up. Yeah, I do have editing experience with Waze. I haven't done it in a long time, but I have done it before. You can trace the road there. Don't try to go around me, dude. I'm over here for a reason. Better be turning right. Good. Pretty good speed limit through here too. As you see, it's 55 still. So we get down closer to Sierra Lakes Parkway, then I think it starts dropping. But I think even on the other side of the 210, it's still like at least good. I think it's still a good 50 through there too. The Sierra Lakes right here. Yes, it is. Truck route straight ahead. Okay, crossing over 210 freeway now. Unusual it's weird coming down Sierra Avenue and seeing like nobody at all out here on my side. I love it. But usually this is a very busy street. But usually I'm always on this street in my car. Guys, I'm a newer driver with us. Now, speaking of this newer driver, okay, we got a newer driver who started with us maybe a couple months or so ago. His name is Roberto. He actually lives right here in Fontana, or as most of you guys might call it, Fontana. Truck route every direction. What's this sign here I'm seeing? I saw the no something sign, which had me wondering. Oh, no left turn. Okay. Anyway, it got me to thinking there, because when I was in Oklahoma City the other day, I was eating breakfast at not Country Pride, but Iron Skillet there at the Petro truck stop, and there was a long-time driver in there, 78-year-old guy who lives here in Anaheim, and he runs his own truck. He's had numerous trucks in the past. He was trying to say that they don't, you can't do lease contracts if you live in California anymore, and I go, that's not true. And he started arguing at first. I'm like, no, dude, I'm a lease driver with JCT, and I told him I live in Victorville, and I told him how this newer driver I'm basically mentoring and kind of friends with. He's more of a he's like me, likes to listen to music. So truck route I have to turn either way. So this is foothill, so. Straight ahead is not a truck route. I'm gonna go ahead and turn here and see if I can go down Citrus. Yeah, I see a sign right there. Trucks over 5 tons prohibited. That's where it pays to pay attention. Still 3:15, so there's plenty of time for me to get down there. It didn't take very long at all to get down here. Alright, Juniper Avenue here. Anyway, this new driver, he just started with us, and he lives here in Fontana. And so I was even telling him, I'm mentoring a guy right now who just started driving for us, who lives here, and he's in a lease contract. So, like, it's not that it's not allowed. In fact, I told him AB5 there's an indefinite injunction in place blocking that from applying to truckers. Shut up. This is only. Alright, shut up. Alright, this is Oleander. This is ultimately the street I'm going to be on, but it doesn't go all the way through. And then not to mention, this is not it's not a good truck route anyway. It goes through residential. And it also doesn't cross over I-10. I don't be. That's what I see a lot of north-south traffic on that road, so it could be Citrus. But I keep wanting to say there's another street in between. Oh, this is Citrus. Okay. Alright, this is a truck route all 4 directions, so we're good here. See just saw the sign on the right side saying truck route all directions, so yeah, when you're in towns like this, you gotta watch out for that kind of stuff. You don't want to get hit with a bullshit ticket for being in an area where trucks are not allowed. You can get away with it in a lot of cases, but it's only more of a, is the cop there? Did they see you doing it, or whatnot, or did you? I don't know. I'm not sure. I wouldn't try to use the I missed my turn and don't know where the hell I'm going excuse, because some of them might understand that happens and you're confused, but at the same time they might still use they might say there's still no excuse for that. Follow the damn truck route signs. No parking of oversized vehicles, RVs, or trailers. Alright, so that's something else you might want to be aware of. Is AB 5, there's an indefinite injunction in place by a federal district judge blocking it from applying to trucks. And most of the carriers are no longer doing lease contracts with California drivers. It's still truck route through here. Alright, good. Yeah, it should be truck route all the way down. Anyway, JCT though, they do still hire drivers out of California. And actually we just started doing company driver positions as well now, so you also have that option available. And I don't know if that's part of why, because I think the federal gig economy law that they're trying to pass, it hasn't passed yet, but I know they're trying to. I don't know if it'll have any constitutionality though, because there's already a case law basically where a federal judge says that the state law here in California is running afoul of federal regulations that pertain to us. Is this Merrill or Randall or this is Fontana Avenue? Okay. Oh, that's the diagonal road. Okay, yeah, I've used that road before. I use that road to get down to the commercial DMV. It's down here off of Valley, and you can cut down Fontana Avenue and then down what's that street? I don't remember if it's Poplar or a different street, whatever. We're at the commercial DMV. Yeah, we have a commercial driver only DMV down here off of Valley Boulevard here in town. Randall. So the next major street should be San Bernardino, and then it'll be Valley, and then the 10 freeway, then Slover, and then Santa Ana, and Jurupa. And it's just south of Santa Ana. I'll have to be ready for Santa Ana. I think that's truck legal, because I actually went to CDL school very short distance away from where my customer is. And I do, well, I don't know, it's on the other side of, on this side of Citrus, I don't know for sure, but I know west of Citrus, pretty much all those streets south of, in between Slover and Santa Ana are truck legal, because I got actually the CDL school I went to down there. Damn it! No, I'm not stopping. It's too. I made it through anyway. It turned red while I was already in the intersection, but I'm legally in the intersection if I get into if I pass the limit line before it turns red. That's California state law. If any part of your vehicle's past the limit line by the time the light turns red, you're in the intersection legally. I got a valley coming up here. Actually, not this, or is it? Yeah, this is valley here. Truck route all directions, of course. Okay, well, I'm gonna end up wanting to get in the left lane eventually after I get, as I get closer to Fontana Avenue. So I have Slover that parallels the 10 on the south side of it. And then the next major street south of Slover is Fontana. Truck route, all directions. Better be. Yeah, actually, I know this one is good because this is one of the streets I remember using for some of the road trading. Because I'm only a few blocks over from where I went to school, where I got my CDL from right now. Should be truck legal even past here because I have to be able to get to my customer. Actually, I think actually I can turn on the Fontana, which is this street coming right up, and then make a right on Oleander, and then just park anywhere in that area and wait for my customer to open so I can call them up and check in. Very next light up here should be Oleander. Right where I see that sign right there, I believe is, yeah. enter. This gate is closed. It will be open by 4 a.m. when receiving opens. Okay, so so we'll just hang out here for the next half hour, wait for them to open the gate up. We'll call up when they open. And from what I can tell, it's a nice looking facility. It does look newer. And the pictures I did see from other people's Google review posts is looks like a pretty decent looking, a decent amount of room to work with for your setup. Maybe not enough for a straight back setup, but looks like plenty to work with. So it should be pretty nice. Don't know yet if it's one of these places where you leave the doors closed, or if you open them up, or you leave the doors sealed, wait for them to come tell you when to open or whatever. We'll find out. But this is it. It's like I say, a nice looking facility. I can tell it hasn't been around too long. Or too many years, whatever. So hang tight. We'll have some more footage here when about half an hour when they open. Alright, guys, we're gonna go. The guy just opened the gate and said we'd come on in now. They said just come on up, and when you get to the other gate, stop. Okay, I do see another truck over here. I guess he didn't read the sign when he came in. Alright, yeah. So basically just follow this other truck in. Looks like there's room for me to. Yeah, it should be room for me to fit my truck and trailer here without blocking this opening here. Alright, I don't know if the receiving office is on the other side of the wall or if I check in over here.
You have 6 hours and 58 minutes of remaining drive time.
I suspect it'll be over here by where door 1 is. Dock door 1 is right here on the other side of this wall. I see a roll-up door over there. I don't know if that's where the check-in will be, or... Well, we'll see. Okay, so... See more discussion in our group. There's been some complaints about Walmart, DC, and Colton. People's loads canceling, or others. This is very common there. Loads either cancel or they end up docking out really late. Where they get detention pay. And I guess one of our experienced drivers was there. He's there trying to pick up, but he and his wife team drive. And I guess they had a problem with the woman in the shipping office there, because he just went up there to do his due diligence and follow up on, hey, what's going on with this load, so he could let his dispatch know. And I guess the woman back there, from what it sounded like it was a woman, I guess got an attitude with them. And I have, the sad thing is, I have an idea who the woman probably is. Since I'm over there enough myself, I know who again, there's high turnover there lately. So I have an idea on who he's talking about, but I don't know for sure. I don't want to make any assumptions. But now here is something to kind of watch for. Don't get on the bag on Walmart bandwagon because of that experience with that one person. The experience of that one person does not necessarily represent what Walmart as a whole wants, or lineage, whatever you want to call them there. Same goes like a lot of drivers. They'll bash on JCT, or they'll bash on Sierra England, or they'll bash on Swift or whatever other company just because they had a bad personal experience with that specific company, and their bad experience might have been more specific to a particular dispatcher or planner or somebody else in the food chain there that caused them to think that, and that's not always representative of what the company as a whole wants. So don't get ignorant, please. And I mean, I'm not saying this guy was bashing on Walmart. He was just kind of venting, explaining his experience, but problem is some other drivers were kind of getting on the, Walmart's always this or that, whatever. They don't care about us. Well, I don't know that Walmart really even wants their people to be acting like that, because this person, he was just checking up on his load, and they basically told him, well, you drive for JCT, just go back to your truck and we'll let you know. Kind of gotten an attitude, whatever, but and that's not the right way to treat a driver. Yeah, and he has a valid complaint there about how he was getting treated there. And yeah, I don't like, in some ways, maybe some people might call it whining, but now he has a legit concern to me. And say you can't blame Walmart for that one individual acting like that. If you have a situation like that where you're at a shipper or receiver, best thing to do, get the person's name. Hey, can I get your what's your name? And then what's your supervisor's name or something? And then, because this is something I always dealt with in the military too. You get someone acting inappropriately, acting unprofessionally. You can always, at least in the military, get their name and rank, and then find out who their commander or supervising official is, and report them. And have a talk with them, whatever. And hey, I want to deal with this person. They're not. Okay, same thing goes with Walmart. This person, the shipping clerk, is just part of the food chain there. They're the bottom level person there, pretty much. And all you have to do is just, hey, get their name, and put it on the Qualcomm. Hey, I had this, whatever this or that experience with this particular person here. I basically was doing my my due diligence of following up on the status of my load, just trying to get information on what's going on, and I got this kind of response back from this individual. Can you please pass this along to the CSR? Now, the CSR is what we call a customer service representative. This is our company here, and then pretty much any carrier, if you're with a larger carrier, you're going to have someone who deals with this kind of stuff. Just let them know this is what you're having the problem with, and let them talk to the carrier, to the customer, the shipper, or whatever. Maybe someone here in charge, and tell them, hey, my driver's having an issue with your shipping clerk such and such name, and this is what he claimed is happening or something, and they can deal with it. They might say, oh, yeah, we don't care, whatever, but I doubt it. More often than not, they're going, if they have, if there's a legit concern from the carrier like that, especially if they're a reputable carrier like us, they might be more apt to look at their surveillance footage to see if they're, what kind of exchange happened there. Does it look like there any kind of aggressive talking or whatever from either side, or how I may or may not have audio, don't know, but I would not normally expect there to be audio, but usually there's going to be surveillance footage showing the driver going into there and talking to them, and you can usually tell from body language if they're yelling or talking aggressively, whatever, or if just trying to get information and being consummate professional. So best thing to do is just be the professional, be as calm and professional as you can. Get their information. If they won't give you the information, get information on what the person looks like. What's their skin tone? What are they wearing? Is it male or female? How old do they look or something? Or anything along that line that might help better describe them, and also the exact time that you were there. Because they'll have a log, they'll know from their own records who was working at that time and who that description fits. So, and don't think that the customer, that the shipper or receiver won't deal with a bad attitude within their ranks. Some maybe not so reputable customers, usually smaller outfits or something, they might, where the owner runs the place, and maybe they could be a concern. I don't give a shit. I don't like this carrier so much anyway. But a larger company like Walmart, they say, they do actually care. And don't blame Walmart for their one person. All right, it's 4 o'clock. I'm gonna go get checked in. So hang tight. And we'll see. Actually, I don't know if I need to check in over here or back there. I'll double check. Alright guys, dock in the door 38. Said open the doors, chalk wheels and all that. Dock. And then take the red glad hand hose off and put the lock on. And he said they'll send the lumper to my truck after that. What are you doing, container guy? Getting ready to do a U-turn. Trying to dock into a door or something. What's going on there? They're taking a little bit longer than I want you to take. Yeah, the way he's coming up like that, I think he's docking in. Yeah, he's trying to blindside in. Okay, like what the hell are you doing, dude? Again, with it being dark and I'm pointing my truck right at him, headlights off. It's a courtesy to other drivers. We're going to be pretty far down here. That's going to be, I think this guy's in 40 right here because he's the one he checked in right in front of me. So it looks like it could be a little fun docking in here with, be plenty of room here. We just wait for him to finish docking in and then we'll get set up. Now the fence down here, it does it will limit my space to work with to set up. So if you get, even I think with him, he probably had difficulty. Well, with nobody else at the door, he probably didn't have too much trouble setting up, but evidently he's not the greatest at correcting his setups and getting lined up with the door. That, or he's just having trouble figuring out whether, how his tires are supposed to be relative to the lines. I'm not really sure. We'll figure it out, because even if I have one experience, it doesn't mean he'll have the same experience. He might have, the lines could be painted differently or something. So I don't want to make assumptions, but alright, he's good. I'm gonna have to modify my setup a little bit to avoid, we got a pretty good angle here though. Yeah, that's no problem here at all. That's way off. Actually lined up more with door 37 than 38. But I can get my tandems over there easily. Okay, my tandems are right about where I want them now. But, there's no way I'm going to catch the trailer, so I'm going to go ahead and go forward, hard right, go into a blind side. Now I'll just go straight back with the tractor. I have enough to work with there. I don't need to rotate my flat mirror at all. Here. Trailer's positioned pretty good, but the tractor's off at an angle, so even though I'm squared, basically the trailer's going toward the door at an angle, so I want to square up. There we go. Yeah, we're looking good here. No hand. Did that to show you if you lined up very nicely with the trailer, you shouldn't even need to use any steering at all on these straight backs. Okay, we got 414. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the bump. Do my bump to dock macro so they know. Just for documentation that I'm here, not that I'm docked in, whatever. Okay, and now we'll get the glad hand taken off and put the lock on. Alright, so there's no wheel chock there. I see the chain basically with what's supposed to be the wheel chock, but it's stealth mode, so won't be chalking in. But yeah, just basically put that lock on, just right over where the hose is at, and then push the button in, and it locks in place. And they have to get the key to unlock it so you can leave. So that's all it is. Yeah, not a bad looking facility here overall. Like I say, it's that fence is going to be their limit here. Where's this guy going to end up docking in? He might be in 37 or 36. Yeah, this guy's reefer as well. That would say, yeah, the other where I checked in at was all dry, and then it's refrigerator over here on the south end of the lot. So, alright, so I have some more footage here for you, because I don't know there's much else. I'll have some more to talk about perhaps when I get done here. My intent is continue the video until I'm done with the delivery. Oh, they're already unloaded me now. I can already film going in. The door light's already red. That's pretty quick. Anyway, I'll get some more footage here. I'll probably end up going to the... actually, you know what? I'm going to do the macro right now for getting the trailer wash out over in... no, never mind. No. No, I can drop it dirty if I need. I'll figure out when I leave here what I want to do here with washing out, because I do washouts at our drop yard as well. And depending on how about what time I get out of here, and I don't really want to go tracking back over to Little Sisters over here in Fontana, because it's the opposite direction of the way I want to go. Because I got home time after this, so I'll probably want to go straight up Citrus, go basically beeline back to the house. If anything, if they want, or if they want me to drop my trailer in the drop yard, I'll do more footage going from here to our drop yard and drop it, and then probably end up, I don't know, maybe end up in the video there or something. It just depends on what I have going on here. Like I said, I don't know if I'll drop it in the drop yard or then I just bobtail home from there, or if I'll just keep the trailer with me. It depends on if they need it and if I have a secure place to keep it. And so having it in a good spot is not a concern. It's just but then again, if I do drop the trailer and bobtail home, then I can park my truck in front of my house. But I'll have to also come back down this way for an empty to reload when I'm ready to start moving again. And there's no telling which direction I'm going to go for my reload. If they want to send me up to Central Cal, I'd rather have the trailer with me already, so I don't have to bobtail back down to San Bernardino to get a trailer, and then they'd head right back up to my area or somewhere in that general area. It adds extra miles and time. So there's kind of pros and cons on all that. Best practice though will probably be drop the trailer in the yard so someone else can possibly use it, and we don't tend to have too many problems with needing no empties being available here. So it's it's hit and miss. Sometimes they have plenty of empties, sometimes they don't. But generally, there's a possibility I may take it to the yard, drop it, and just probably end the video there. So stay tuned for more. We'll have some more footage for you before long. Thanks. Alright guys, all done here. Looked like they rejected one case due to damage, so I'll have to take a look at that. Actually, I'll get pulled forward. Make sure my red line is hooked up first. No lumber fee for me to pay though. They, I guess, have an account or something. alarm code on the reefer, but unit, but it's for this exactly what I thought it would be, which is just box temp out of range. Means it's up. It's more than 10 degrees above the. Oh, hang on. Why is my light red? So, I sent pictures of the OS&D product. Trip number. Okay, now semi macro 6. I got a macro 62 I'm going to do. Now I'll probably go ahead and take this trailer to the drop yard. I can just park at home when I get up there. So, right, 459-7695. Yep, that's it. Nine 7719. Buffalo chicken wing bone dip. What the hell? Okay, so that's been sent. Alright, damaged case, they'll probably, especially that, they'll probably just tell me to keep it. I look like I'm a little bit too far, a little bit too, maybe too close to this van driver here to be able to get that right door closed. So thing I hear, I'll probably give them a call, make sure they got the pictures. Actually, let me send them a copy of the BOL too, because a lot of times they want that as well. For documents, I take pictures with an app called Cam Scanner. Share JPEG message. Okay, our OS&D people will come in 10 minutes, so it might be a dispatch, like someone, not sure who's going to handle it right now. What I'll do is send a message to, or I shall call them up and make sure they got the pics, or see what they want to do. Good morning, Brenda. This is Scott. OS&D, please. So she forwarded me to somebody who doesn't start their day for 10 more minutes. I'll have to let her know. Hey Brenda, just FYI, you try to send me the OS&D, but they don't start their day for like 10 more minutes. You got usually a night dispatcher handles that. Oh, okay. Hey Troy, how you doing? This is Scott on L3365E. Not much. I got an OS&D. I know. What time do the OS&D people normally start their day? 8 o'clock? okay. Yeah, I sent the 62. I also sent pictures of the damaged product. Oh, okay. I'll just wait patiently then. Yeah, I was under the impression they didn't start until 8 o'clock, so. Oh, okay. Alright, appreciate it. Alright, thanks a lot. Okay, I wasn't aware that they had, well, I thought it was a night dispatcher who handles OS&Ds during the after hours period. And that our OS&D people actually handle it during the daytime. And I thought their shift was like everybody else, like 8 to 5 or whatever it is. Yeah, but it turned out they actually start at 7, and so they're already there. It's just matter of waiting patiently for them to get to it and give me disposition instruction, and then once I know what to do with it, but it's probably going to end up being just dispose of it, and yeah, I'll just probably end up just take it home more than likely, but I gotta wait until they give me disposition instructions first. Buffalo boneless chicken wings, whatever is what it's called. And it's just one case. It's probably not even 10-pound box, felt like. $70 cases weighing 262 pounds. That actually weighs, that's almost 40 pounds. It's a kind of a small box. I'd be surprised if that thing weighs 40 pounds. Okay, I guess. Fill this out. Never finish this up. Okay, so I picked up on 328. Vistar should be good enough. Fontana. Okay, so I'll just wait on them to give me my disposition, and we'll be out of here. Hey Brittany, how you doing? This is Scott on L3365 Echo. Sent you a 62 and some pictures. I have one case refused for damage. Yeah, boneless buffalo chicken wings, boneless. Yeah. No, it was damaged. $1012-687-856. I'm ready for it. One, two, 4, 5, 8, 9. All right, thank you. I'm going home after this, so I guess I know where this case is going. All right, thanks a lot. You too. Bye. Okay, said I can dispose of or keep it. So it's, we'll drop the trailer off in the drop yard. Actually, I need to actually get past this guy. I need to close my doors and then send my empty call. Okay. Semi-empty. Since I have my OS&D number, I'm good. Got 5/8 on fuel. Okay. Now let's get out of here. Let's see.
Attention, a new important message has arrived.
Come on. That's the hard driver try. Okay. I'll go ahead and drive legit on hours here. Oh, that sucks. So the wind is blowing this guy's all the trash out of that dumpster. Trying to figure out what he was actually going to do. Alright, not bad overall. It's not even here for 2 hours before they came out to give me my bill, so can't say I had a bad experience here at all. It's not nothing to complain about. So we'll get over to the drop yard, get this trailer dropped, and then head home from there. up Citrus. I could also go east on this road here on Santa Ana to Sierra, but Citrus will be the quickest route back to the interstate. It's only a block away, so that was why I decided I'll go this direction instead. Chance to get out of the area before all the traffic builds up over here. Eastbound 10. Shouldn't be it's maybe not even a 10-minute trip, I think. I'm gonna exit the freeway. Actually, I'm gonna get on 215 north. When I get there, and then take Inland Center Drive exit. I could go straight down to Tippecanoe Avenue from here on I-10, but I don't like to use that exit. Too many lights and too much traffic down there on that end. It's less headache to take Inland Center Drive. Some news here about
by Barbara Star 19H. Norwegian F-16s intercepted 2 Russian Tu-95 bombers of the type shown here. Sergei Arnatov Flickr Getty Images NATO scrambled fighter jets 10 times Monday to track and intercept an unusually rare peak of Russian bombers and fighters flying over the North Sea, Black Sea and Baltic Sea, according to a NATO official. NATO aircraft intercepted 6 different groups of Russian military aircraft near Alliance airspace in less than 6 hours, the organization said in a statement. The Russian activity across an unusually wide area of European skies came on the same day North American Aerospace Defense Command said it tracked Russian aircraft off the coast of Alaska. None of the Russian aircraft entered the national airspace of NATO nations in Europe and the intercepts were considered safe, but an alliance statement detailed the activity. Norwegian F-16s scrambled after radars detected 2 groups of Russian military aircraft near Norway's coastline. The Norwegians intercepted 2 Tu-95 Bear bombers which flew south over the North Sea. That prompted the United Kingdom to send up Typhoon aircraft and Belgium to deploy F-16 fighters. The Norwegian F-16s later intercepted 2 Tu-160 bombers over international waters nearby. Separately, NATO radars detected 3 Russian military aircraft near Allied airspace over the Black Sea which were tracked by Turkish, Romanian and Bulgarian fighters aircraft until they left the area. In another encounter, NATO said Italian fighter jets intercepted a Russian E-38 maritime patrol aircraft which was already being escorted by Russian fighter jets over the Baltic Sea flying from Kaliningrad. CNN reported Saturday that the U.S. is preparing to carry out a classified war game this summer where a major focus of the scenarios will be how the U.S. should respond to aggressive action and unexpected moves by China and Russia. Tensions with Russia are high, and last week, Secretary of State Antony Blinken called out Russia for reckless and adversarial actions at a NATO meeting in Brussels and observed that Moscow has built up of forces, large-scale exercises and acts of intimidation in the Baltic and Black Sea. Intercepting multiple groups of Russian aircraft demonstrates NATO forces' readiness and capability to guard Allied skies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, Brig. Gen. Andrew Hansen, Deputy Chief of Staff Operations at Allied Air Command, said in the NATO statement. NATO aircraft scrambled more than 400 times in 2020 to intercept unknown aircraft according to the alliance. About 90% were in response to flights by Russian aircraft. NATO says Russian flights often pose a risk to civilian air traffic over Europe because the Russians often fly without transmitting a transponder code indicating their position and altitude and do not file a flight plan or communicate with air traffic controllers. For more CNN news and newsletters, create an account at cnn.com.
Usual stuff there. And I guess that's even more common from my understanding when a new leader is put in place, like say like when Joe Biden became president. I guess Russia and China tend to do stuff just to test the president, the new president, to see how they react or whatever. The truck wash is open right now. Pepper Avenue here. Rancho Avenue coming up next. miles to go to the 215 freeway. Independent or some smaller company. It's the point where I was talking earlier. I can go either direction here. Take the 10 over to Tippecanoe, or I can take 215 north up to Inland Center Drive. I like to take Inland Center Drive. Got traffic lights to deal with regardless, but I would say fewer traffic problems normally if I take it Inland Center Drive at Mill Avenue. Don't be a problem for me now. Now you're annoying me. You know, if I can handle this speed on this, then you can handle it too. I gotta watch for this pickup behind me as well. Looks like this lane is open. I watch this black car first, though, or blue car, whatever.
Attention, a new important message has arrived. Attention, a new important message has arrived.
Now Mill Street I can also go straight up to, but it's a more direct route taking Inland Center. Actually, I got my trailer, so I gotta, let's use this lane. That way I can make my turn without going in any other lane. I can't make that right turn without encroaching on the adjacent lane. Looks like we're clear. This mall here is so much different from what it used to be. I remember when I was a kid, when I was younger, my mom, sister, and I used to always come here all the time, and yeah, it was always pretty busy back then. Most of the time now I come over here and there's not much of anything going on there. 5-way now. East Street, Mill, and Inland Center. Go east on Mill from here. Right, we got the Orange Show Fairgrounds right here on the right. Straight ahead on the right, whatever. Trying to send my. I'll wait till I get. I was gonna send the dispatcher the OS&D info because he wasn't sure if that got resolved yet. Nobody here on the crosswalk. I was pretty sure there was nobody there, but wanted to double check before I committed to going past. Came up on it kind of fast, but because I was originally assuming it was clear, but then I realized I don't have as good a view. I couldn't be completely certain there was nobody there. Lights to go here. We're dead ending into Tippecanoe Avenue. Crossing Doolittle Drive right now. Be a left onto Tippecanoe in a minute. Be that red light up ahead. Right before we get into the Stater Brothers Distribution Center. That's what all these trucks right here for there. The Stater Brothers opens up for deliveries at 7 a.m. So these guys are all probably waiting to get into Fader Brothers. It's about 20 minutes away. Trucking, Moreno Valley. For me. Be nice. Of course, the light at Rialto Avenue is flashing red again, like it is most of the time, it seems. Don't know why that is the case. I did get asked by somebody, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. Was it Matt Mosley or somebody? Somebody was asking me if I ever skip shift. And the answer is yes. Like I was just skip shifting there. If I have an empty trailer or if I'm bobtailing, I'm more likely to skip shift upward. And regardless of whether I'm empty or loaded or bobtail, whatever, when I'm downshifting, I'm also more likely to skip shift. Light's yellow, but I couldn't tell. See this? This white BMW is probably going to get the green, yep. Also, when I'm empty or bobtailing, if I'm upshifting, I'll usually go from second to fourth and then to sixth. And then once I'm on the high side gears, which sixth gear is my first high side gear, then I'll shift one gear at a time. Because the gears start to get longer, and yeah, I'll get more speed difference between them and all that. It's like right now I'm going to skip shift here. I'm going to go from 8th to 6th. And single into 5th. Around the corner in 5th, and then just single shift from here on. Looks like we got a few of our drivers sitting here with trailers out here in the lot right in front of the drop yard. Express 4160 3723 and got 4460 bobtail. Looks like we got a few trucks here doing some bobtails. Both gates open now. Probably maybe only because this drop trailer. What's happening? Scott? There is no sill. It's empty.
Oh, it's empty?
Yeah, the only reason I have it on is because I have a rejected case in there that I'm going to take out when I get over here. Have a good one. Drop it in our empty area. This lot cracks me up there. I mean, all this crowd of containers there, and then you got like palm trees here and there. These containers sitting here are going to really restrict the ability to see if anybody's coming. Fix these damn potholes. So I'm going to get as close as I can to these guys over here and then cut in over there again. Like I usually always do. Holy shit. That many trailers sitting here? Wait for my tandems to get over here past the fence. Trailers sitting over here. I don't know. I mean, almost makes me wonder if I should take it home with me instead. But now they might. You never know. Could end up going through these trailers pretty quickly. Drop it right here.
You have 7 hours and 29 minutes of remaining drive time.
Say 7 on fuel. Yes, it is secure. No. Say 0 and then dirty. Shoot in good shape. I told you this box wasn't that heavy. I mean, I could easily carry it in one hand. The BOL suggests these cases are like 40 pounds or so, but are almost, well, between 35 and 40 pounds. Yeah, way different. I'd say maybe, I don't even know if it's 10 pounds. Oh no, it's yeah, about 4 pounds, I guess. I did the math wrong. 262 and a half divided by 70, that's less than 4 pounds, so yeah, it feels like it's very easy to carry. Get disconnected here.
You have 7 hours and 28 minutes of remaining drive time.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up here and call it a day, and be back on April 3rd. Probably, I don't know, might be recorded. We'll figure it out, but yeah, I may go live at some point in time that day. We'll see what's going on, though. It depends on if I'm picking up in Colton or somewhere else, but and in Colton, it's been kind of a hit and miss lately. I've been hearing of people having their loads canceled or waiting, having late departures again. So, yeah, and that's just how the nature of the beast goes with them. Just is what it is. But, alright, that's all I have. Thank you guys for watching, hanging out, and we'll have some more footage for you guys soon. Thanks. Have a good one.